Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have an intro for you for the 24 products that I want to finish in 2024. I made a list of all the products that I thought I could possibly finish throughout this year, kind of picking something from all the different categories of makeup products that I have. And I end up with a list of 24 products, so that was perfect. I did not specifically try and get to 24, but it just sounds nicer. 24 in 24. So let's start off. I got my list here of things written out. Starting off with category number 1, which is powders. Powders, I only have one powder in my collection at the moment, which once again is a Charlotte Tilbury powder. I have some usage on it, but as you can see, there is no pan yet. There is the slightest bit of a dip starting to become visible in here, so that is the one powder that I want to try and finish off this year. Then for highlighters, I've got a whole palette here, but I'm definitely not expecting that I will be able to finish off a whole palette, especially considering how long it's taken me to finish off my previous highlighter. But in this palette, you guys have seen it in my 6 by Santa. If you have followed along with that, I started working on this guy, and that is my goal for this year as well. I want to try and see if I can finish up that whole pan. Definitely not sure if that is something I will be able to do. Of course, this is not really something that I can bring with me when I travel or anything either, so there will definitely be a little bit of the year that I won't be working on it, but let's see how far we can get. That's the main thing. Then for bronzers, this one, it was in my highlighter category, but it's only a bronzer now, so I'm moving it to my bronzer category. Still need to film my inventory for the whole year, but my makeup room is a mess right now and it's hard to get to my products, so I'm hoping I can do that soon. But not at the start of the year like I normally do. So this is what I have in the bronzer. As you guys may know, I have repressed it. Slightest bit of pan up top. And I've been working on this guy for years. It was like a trio with a blush and a highlighter and a bronzer. I used up the blush and the highlighter, so we only have the bronzer left. And I definitely hope that I can finish this off this year. But I'm also working on an eyeshadow palette in my Panda palette this year, and for that there is a shade in here that I kind of see as a bronzer as well. Let me try how I can make sure not to blind you guys or anything. This guy right here will probably be the bronzer that I use more when I'm trying to like use the whole palette and not too many other things. So this guy, one that I want to work on as well, but there is definitely a dip in there as well already, so curious to see if maybe I can at least hit pan or something by like during the first quarter, which will give me a bit of an indication on whether there is potential for me to finish it up throughout the year as well. Then for pigments, I'm hoping once again to finish off this NYX pigment in yellow gold. I have it on my lids today on top of a blue shade that I'm panning in my Panda's eyeshadows, or at least trying to hit pan on. Yeah, it's moving very slowly. It's a pigment. It's to be expected, I guess. Then I have eyeshadows, quads, and trios. First of all, we've got my black shade that is in this quad right here. And there really isn't a whole lot left in here anymore, as you can see. It's right here. It's mostly pan. So I'm hoping I can finish this one off in the first quarter as well. Not sure if that's too much to ask, but we'll see. And then we have my Catrice The Seasons Must Have quad, which is also one of my Panda palettes this year. As you guys probably know, if you've been following along, I already finished off this whole shade and I'm still working on these three. There's pan already in all three of them. But definitely some of them don't move overly quickly, so let's see if I can actually manage to get this one out this year, because I started working on that one at the start of 2023. Then, as I already showed you, the eyeshadow palette as a whole, and this is more focused on the eyeshadows. I want to try and finish all of these off. It's definitely still a fair bit of eyeshadows, but also I already have 1, 2, 3 finished eyeshadows and a good bit of pans, as you can see. So I do have hope that I can do this. Oh, I only have 2 finished pens. There's still some shadow left in here. Yeah. Let's see if I can get through that. Then for mascaras, I only have 1 in my collection at the moment, so this is the only one on this list, but I will definitely go through more of likely the exact same mascara over the next year, so we'll see how that goes. Then we have lipsticks. I've got 5 that I want to get through this year, and I have 5 because there are a few that are already really close to being done. One of them being this guy. This is a Jelly Pong Pong lip blush in a bright primary red shade. I do have that on my lips right now, mixed in with some other things. So it's definitely possible to make it wearable, because I'm just kind of done with wearing this primary red shade, as I've already said in multiple other videos. But I definitely think I should be able to finish this one off, because I think this has been in mine last year, but it probably was also on the list already the year before. So definitely want to try and focus on that one, get it out. Another one that was on the list last year is my L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Lip Duo Compact in Unchanging Beige. This is one of those Longwear lipsticks that you put on and you have a balm on the other side that you can like take out and put on top of it. I've mostly been wearing it with a lip gloss on top instead, to make this whole color scheme work for me a little bit better. This is a like brownish shade, which to my liking is a tad bit too brown, but it does work, especially in fall time, and there, as you can see, isn't a whole lot left of this guy anymore either, so I'm expecting this to be done in the next month or so. Fingers crossed. Then one that rolled over from last year, and I wasn't fully expecting to finish it off anyway, is my MaxFactor lipstick in Icy Rose. I've still got about half of this left. And this is a frosty rose-colored pink. Not fully my thing, the frost on my lips, so I've been mainly using this as a cream blush, which is what I will keep doing this year. And hopefully, by making tiny increments of progress throughout the months, I will be able to finish that one off by the end of the year. Let's see. And then there is 2 new lipsticks that I have not been working on before, or at least, well, this one is fully new. This is a NARS lipstick in Orgasm. I got this in an advent calendar, not in 2023 but in 2022 Christmas time, and I have not really worn this a lot yet. I did try it on this morning just to try and see if it could work the way I was expecting it to, because this is, let me do a little swatch, a fairly like neutral shade in a way. It is, as we kind of know, the Orgasm shade. It's kind of like a corally base with some golden sheen to it. Yeah, it seems like a nice, like easily wearable shade that I can just wear as kind of my everyday type of shade, which is a bit more warm leaning, but I do tend to wear more warm colored clothes anyway, so I think that will work out fine. And then I think this is going to be the biggest challenge of this year. This is a Catrice lipstick in the shade Bloody Red. And it's a bloody red shade. Very out there, very much something that I might not be able to wear with any type, not with any type of eyeshadow, with a lot of the eyeshadows that I would normally wear. But if I can go a little bit more neutral, plus this being an older palette, I'm expecting it's not as much of a bam in your face type of color story that we're working with, which might mean that I can actually wear this a lot more and become a red lip girly for a good bit of this year. Let's see. Then after lipsticks we have lip glosses. I normally have lip balms on this list as well, but I have finished off all my lip balms except for, I guess, the one that kind of goes with this, but I'm looking at this as a pairing in a way, so no lip balms on my list because I need to go out and buy a new one. But lip gloss number 1 has been on this list last year as well, and it is so close to being done, but I didn't manage to get all the way through it last year, so it's still on the list today. I have taken out the stopper already, and I'm really starting to scrape the sides at this point, so my guess is that possibly by the end of January even, this one will be done already. And then this one will take me probably the rest of the year. This is the Gosh On Stage Cool Lip Jam in 102. And I am right here at the moment, but this is a big tube of lip gloss. There's 15 mils or 0.5 fluid ounces in here. And like, I've already been working on a MAC lipstick that it was pretty similar in size and even similar-ish in shade. And that took me most of last year. So my guess is this will be the same, and since this one is almost done, I do have faith that I can actually finish it off this year. So let's see how that goes. Then we've got blushes, and since I didn't manage to finish off any blushes last year, I thought this year I'm going to work on 6 blushes. First of all, we still have the Amuse blush that I was working on for all of last year. And I'm getting really close on finishing this guy off. As you can see, that's the last little bit that's left in this palette. So very excited to almost have that one finished off. I'm hoping that in the first quarter I can get through this guy. But then, since I rolled in this palette as my Panda palette for this year, we have 5 more blushes for me to work on. Now, when I say 5 blushes, it's almost a little bit of a cheat because 2 of the blushes in here are almost done, especially this one. There really isn't a lot left in this one anymore. This guy doesn't have a lot, and then I guess this one has a bit of a dip already as well. And like, I feel like they've all been used already before, so the biggest pans are close to being done-ish. And then we've got 3 more that are definitely smaller pans, but at the same time I also thought that this was a small pan, and that took me all year, so we're gonna have to see. It's an older palette, so hopefully kind of the pigment won't be too good. Also because, as you can see, they're darker shades, so I definitely hope the pigment is not too good, because otherwise it will be a bit much on my cheeks. But let's see. I'm not per se expecting I will be able to get through all 6 next year, but I think I should at least be able to finish off the Amuse one, the 2 bigger pans, and then hopefully at least 1 of the other ones. Plus one of them is a bronzer. So yeah, let's see. We're gonna play with blushes this year. Then I have a concealer still, which is actually already pretty close to being done. I am about here right now. I have markings from a previous project, but we don't have that much more to go. So this one also I don't think is going to be a big issue. I'm guessing this one will be done in the first half of the year. Not sure about the first quarter, because the last little bit always takes forever still. And then we rolled this one over from last year as well. This is my Maybelline Smoky Pencil, whatever it's called. The Maybelline Monster Smoky eyeshadow pencil in Smoky Black. It doesn't look like a whole lot, because I've already been working on this for years, and this is where the pencil is. This is just a blending thingy at the bottom. But my guess is that I might not have this done by the end of the year. But we'll see. And that is it. That are the 24 products that I'm hoping to finish off this year. As I said, I'm hoping I can finish this one off in the first quarter. I know this one is rolling out because I only used my mascaras 3 months before rolling them out. I'm definitely thinking I can finish this one off. I'm hoping I can finish this one off. And I am 100% certain I can finish this one off. And I hope I can finish this one off. Which would mean that if I do manage to hit all those goals, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products already done in the first quarter, which would not be too bad. Out of 24, that would bring me to 25%, so that would be kind of perfect. But let's see how that will go. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!